26 million views on a Twitter video of someone calling Asmongold actual brain dead. Now, I am not a fan of Asmongold. Typically, I dislike him. I honestly do unironically think that Asmongold is so stupid that he could potentially have brain damage or be deficient. But I am also a fair man, and if Asmongold says something that is true, even though I dislike him, I will still come out and say that yes, what he said is true, no matter the situation. If someone says something true, I will say if I agree to it, and I will say true. And this is, I think, one of those rare situations where Asmongold actually had the right opinion, but a lot of people disliked it. So we're going to be watching what he said, but first of all, hey, if you want to attack Asmongold, you do not need to reach this far. Asmongold's whole life is an absolute circus of disaster, self-pity, and absolute sadness, honestly. So I'm gonna just give you the quick rundown of things that you can say to Asmongold to hurt him if you want. Things that will definitely, claw at him and be hurtful to him. And by the way, I'm not saying that you need to do this, I'm not advising you to do this, but as Asmongold himself has said, hey, if he's on the internet, that means that people can say bad things about him on the internet, so everything is fair game by his own standards. So, let us begin, because I said a short list, but that list is pretty long anyway. So, if you want to hurt Asmongold, you need to hurt him where it's at. And first of all, it's obviously his family. Did you think this is going to be a weak video? No, baby, we going all in. So first of all, you can tell Asmongold that his family never loved him. Because when you look at Asmongold's family situation, it kind of seems like that, honestly. Asmongold is currently 30 to 35 years old, somewhere in between as much as I know. And, well, he was born in a time when shotgun marriages were actually a thing. And if you don't know what a shotgun marriage is, well, that is a situation where someone marries someone because they got them pregnant. Because at that time, it was typically, well, the absolute majority of the world thought that that a child should grow at a two-parent household, which is true, as we all know, and it's good. Well, and Asmongold's dad literally gave so little shits about him that he actually divorced his mom, which, by the way, is completely understandable because Asmongold's mother was most likely, unironically, actually mentally deficient and autistic. Pretty sure that's 100% the case. And both of them hated Asmongold as a child. You can tell him that and he will see the truth in it. Because let's be real, how much do you think your parents love you? When they literally see that your teeth are rotting, and they literally don't care to tell you that you should maybe even consider brushing your teeth or doing something like that. That they just look at you and say, it's fine. No, I don't care. Yeah, that's pretty much it. His mom didn't care about him so much that she decided to not get a job, so he gets to live on food stamps and just play World of Warcraft all day. Yeah, his mom cared so little about him that he needed to survive on food stamps, just because she was too lazy to get a job. But Asmongold himself would say, hey, but my dad loved me. He actually gave us more than the child support that we needed. Sounds kind of strange when you're also admitting to living on food stamps at the same time, but, whatever. And his dad literally did not pay any attention to him or care about him. Again, deadbeat dad probably accidentally busted a nut in his deficient mom, and that was pretty much it. Also, if you think this is bad, bro, we're just getting started. If you really wanna make him feel bad about himself, tell him this. Tell him that how does he feel for killing his own mom? Yeah, tell him that. Because Asmongold feels responsible for the passing of his own mother. Because he was too weak to stop her from doing the things that the doctor said that she shouldn't do. He was too weak to even attempt that. And he recognizes that if he tried, if he wasn't such a weak pussy, he actually could have stopped her from doing some of these things, and maybe, just maybe, she would have lasted a little bit longer. So, that's something that he will definitely not enjoy at all. So, you know, there's plenty of things like this. The fact that his whole org is filled of, you know, odd word apologists and things like that, how he lies about these things. Remember the Misk investigation that was supposed to be public? Well, guess who made it not public and completely ignores the subject? Asmongold. His best friend, Rich Campbell. Oh yeah, that one. Remember that one? The moment things boiled up about him and people started saying, wait a minute, he's a piece of shit. Bro, he did not wait. He instantaneously just yeeted and deleted him. Why? Because he knew all of that stuff was true. But until people made a fuss about it, it was smooth sailing and he did not care at all. But when it got out, instantaneously yeeted, deleted fetus. Hey, it is what it is, and it's good stuff, boys. It's good stuff. It's absolutely hilarious stuff. Man, there's a lot of things that you can say about Asmongold. And again, if you're pissed about this, he himself has said many times, he chooses to be on the internet so people have the ability to speak badly of him. And, you know, if you want to speak badly of him, which I do not again encourage, well, you can choose the subject because this is definitely something that's going to strike a chord to him and he's going to be pretty upset about this. Also, the fact that his mom also almost deleted herself by, again, bro, you know oxygen tanks? Well, his mom had one, right? This is a great story, by the way. And oxygen tanks explode or can catch fire and maybe explode if, you know, they are opened up to a living flame or there's, you know, fire near them. And typically, anything that's flammable, even in the dystopian shithole that's called America, is going to have a large thing on it that literally has a fire warning on it. And it's not even in words. It's your basic flammable type of sign that shows you do not keep near fire. What did Asmongold's genius mom do? She was using it while smoking a cigarette and she almost got her so blown up. Man, what a time to be alive. And his father didn't even fucking care. He actually I'm pretty sure, as much as I understand from Asmongold's everything about his family, his dad literally only started remotely caring about Asmongold the moment he knew that he was rich. And that's hilarious. That is absolutely sad and hilarious. So you see, you don't have to reach to say bad things about Asmongold. It is what it is. It is what it is. And it's beautiful. In any case, what did Asmongold said? Actually, let's not enlarge this.
To expect me to draw a moral line, I have to perceive a difference that I consider substantial. And I do not consider the difference substantial. Do you guys? No. Right. No. And that's really what matters. If it was made with AI, I'm completely okay with that because it was fun.
The evidence is that
it doesn't matter. Nobody really cares about this.
The lead developer has been very positive about AI in the past and made an AI game
We're gonna play
called
this, by the way.
AI Art Imposter that lets an AI artist draw a picture. And so that was like one of the games.
We're going to be playing this week.
Yes, just generally has been much more positive about some of the benefits of AI rather than what is the normal sentiment amongst artists and you know, I guess general Twitter population, which is that, you know, AI is bad and it takes jobs from people.
Well, AI and the sentiment from artists' opinions don't matter. It just doesn't matter because what matters is the opinion of the people that are buying the product. Like, it doesn't, like, your opinion on it, like, just because you do it doesn't, like, nobody cares. Like, it's not relevant. It's like whenever one of these, like, you know, really well-respected and really respectable directors talks about how bad Marvel is. Shut up, old man. Shut up. I like watching the Thor movie. It was cool.
Okay, so, yeah, that's the conversation. I think the reason why a lot of people are actually against him here is because, well, as typical per Asmongold, he barely got two sentences strung together that almost made sense, you know? And the last part about, essentially him just defending current Marvel being good. Yeah, the majority of people don't like current Marvel and think it's atrocious garbage. You don't need to be a hardcore fan. The average person thinks that current Marvel is absolutely shit. So, you know, his comparison to Marvel that he did is just flat out wrong. But in essence, he is right, even though he conveyed this in the probably most stupidest way ever possible, but that's what happens to people like this. It is what it is. So let me recontextualize his point a little bit, because again, no one really knows what Asmongold ever says on average. Artists don't matter. If AI can do it instead of the artists, let AI do it. And I'm completely okay with this. I think this is completely right. Why? Because I fucking hate artists. Artists are one of my easily in my top 3 groups of worst people in the world. Artists are absolutely the worst. They have overinflated egos. They think they matter so much. They think they're responsible for everything good that happens in the world. Artists, unironically, are literally just self-loving narcissists with an extreme taste for that. And they think they're all so special and so good. Why? Because they're artists. They understand the arts. They see the future, blah, 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 all of that crap, you know? And the reality is no one cares about artists. No one likes artists, in fact. Every 15-year-old girl with a pen is an artist. And a camera, then she's a photographer. It's just dumb. To be an artist, you don't need particularly high skills or anything. You just need to be stupid. That's pretty much the pre-context for being an artist. And I actually have checked the comments, and there is a lot of comments against Asmongold. Because people are stupid, they don't understand it's right. I don't care if AI is going to replace artists. Oh, but the AI is trained on artists. Well, we can probably bypass that fact already. We can probably just teach AI to do art from nothing, honestly, at this point. We just give it pictures of, you know, lamps, colors, and shades and whatnot, and then say, create, and, you know, teach it the definition of art, and then say, combine things, and then just rate yes, no, until it actually starts producing art. We don't even need to train, probably, AI for AI to replace artists. And that's a good thing. Because I read these comments, and most of them are negative against Asmongold, which is understandable. He is an idiot at the end of the day. Oh, but, bro, we didn't even talk about his relationship and how he talks about them like he knows everything. Let me just get a quick one in more. Hey, if you want to talk bad things about Asmongold, you can also talk about his relationship. His only experience with a female is literally a girl from Twitch who had an OnlyFans who used him to get famous. She got famous, she instantaneously dumped him. Literally in a matter of weeks, she was together with a jacked guy and then got pregnant by him. Yeah, that's his story. And he simped for her for something like 2 years until one point he just stopped. Most likely because, let's be real, she just most likely wrote to him, stop, we're no longer together, this is never happening, stop texting me, and blocked him. Yeah. And now he has, by the way, a new girlfriend, which has, again, you guessed it, an OnlyFans, all of that jazz, and, you know, does spicy content and that stuff. And he is a tier 3 sub in her channel. Essentially, he's just using his fame to try and get a girl, because he has no other shot. That's really pathetic. But anyway, back to artists being pathetic. I found this comment, and this is a perfect comment to summarize, I feel, how artists are just the worst people in the universe with the absolutely most overinflated ego that has ever existed. Okay, so this is what this person said. He doesn't realize his entire life is paved by artists. The literal typical artist. He is responsible for everything in existence. Without artists, existence would not even function, by the way. The headset he's wearing was designed by an artist. The chair he sits on was designed by an artist. The car, the house, the game he plays, everything was made by someone who drew it up or planned it to be created. Essentially, here he just called engineers and architects, artists instead of engineers and architects. Now, architects obviously do have something a lot more to do with artists, but still. Artists are literally the backbone of society. Again, this is why I hate artists. There's a dime of dozen of them. They're all equally trash, and they all have equally, absolutely over self-inflated egos. It is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Without them, we cannot have. Can't have created even the most simplest of things. No, we could have. No, we could have. The reality is, in all of these things, artists don't matter. When we're talking about making a chair or making a headset, you know what matters more? The engineering part of things, the filing of things, the carpentry of things. The carpenters that made the chairs, yeah, they sure made it an artistic design probably, but they're never going to call themselves artists because they're not artists, they're carpenters, okay? The people who chose also these designs are not artists, probably. They're just the bosses of the artists. And the artists, chances are, probably didn't even get any freedom to choose what they want. And their boss probably chose the thing that they thought wasn't the best. So artists are pitiful. Artists are replaceable. There's a dime of dozen of them. And they are complete egocentric maniacs. Well, not really maniacs, but you get the point essentially here, don't you, I hope. So yeah, there's a lot of people against him, which again is understandable, but there are also people at the bottom supporting him. It is what it is, boys. AI. It's gonna ruin artists. I welcome that future. The sooner the better, in fact. Anyway, this was Quizzer Said, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.